Yes, my G's. How many tracks are you handling or working on at one time? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you're currently working on, how many, or what you like to work on, how many tracks you like to work on at once. What I've found when I've been producing, especially in the last few years, is that yeah, having only one track on the go is never really that great for me. Having too many on the go can also be a bit, yeah, I don't know what the right word would be. Um, Not focused enough either, or just too loose with it. Um, I find like three to be quite a good number personally, having three tracks on the go, because the thing is, if you've only got one track on the go, the problem is that you're going to run into is that you'll inevitably hit a creative block with that track where you're not quite sure what the best direction is to go in next. And let's slurp it up. Slurped it up, little chamomile tea there, wonderful. Yeah, so if you've only got one track, the problem is you're going to sort of hit a wall with this track and then you've got nothing else to work on in the meantime. And yeah, you could do sound design or you could do other bits and bobs, music production related, or not music production related, and come back to your track in a few weeks. But what really makes a good track often, especially when you get down to the mix down and the final stages as well, is having that space away from it. And you really come back again with like fresh inspiration and ideas when you have had a little rest from the track and you've sort of put it out of your memory and sort of forgotten about it. And that's why it's really good if you're trying to be really productive. That's why it's good to have like multiple tracks on the go at once, like 3 or maybe 4, because you can work on one up to a point and then feel like you need to rest it, and then you can go ahead and work on some other tunes, and you don't have to come back to that first one if you don't want for like a few weeks. That's ideal. Ideal is really, really let yourself forget about it. Like let yourself come to the point where you kind of forgotten what it sounds like. Even if it's a good one that you're like proud of and you're working on it, that's great. When you put it out of your mind for like a few weeks and you can't even really remember it that much, then you come back to it with like completely new mindset again, and you'll just notice things straight away that you can do better. And yeah, obviously if you're really taking like 3 or 4 weeks off from one song and you're not working on anything else, then obviously your output's going to be quite slow, isn't it? But if you're like shuffling like between 3 or 4 tracks and you just do that'll help you to have that space easier to like put one to the side for a few weeks and then not feel like you're being unproductive or lazy because you're working on another tune as well. And yeah, just that whole concept of like, yeah, giving yourself that space to like forget about a song so you can come back to it completely renewed with ideas. Not like it's not like you've come up with these ideas while you've been away, although sometimes you can. But what I mean is you've sort of forgotten it so much that when you hear it again, it's like a new listening experience almost, because your ears have like sort of forgotten it and you're almost listening to it for the first time again. And then in that moment, you have different ideas of what to do. Like that always works. Yeah, so how many tracks are you guys working on? I always find like I'm currently only working on 2, but I've had a bit of a creative, I wouldn't say creative rut, but I've just been focused on doing sound design and making content and teaching and mastering, and I have kind of neglected a bit my own productions, for the last few months. And obviously I was traveling as well. But now that I'm back at home and I'm working on some music again, I've got two tracks on the go now that I'm like feeling. Maybe we'll add a third one into the mix, but at least I've got 2, because at least then I don't get stuck on one. So at a minimum, have like 2 good tracks that you're working on. I would say that's a minimum. And what I also find sometimes happens is I sometimes actually end up bringing one sound from one track into the other one, because you know that feeling when you're making a tune and you've got this really awesome sound that you've just like randomly designed or something, or you just found an awesome sound, but it doesn't quite like fit that project, and you're like, oh damn, like it's a wicked sound, but I just don't think it needs to be in this composition, or it just kind of it's too hard to fit, or it's just not necessary here and it's just taking up space, but I love the sound. Often I'll actually like take that sound, if I've got a sound that's like giving me that kind of vibe that I'm like, I love it, but I don't know if I can use it here. I'll try that one in one of my other projects, you know, and it might fit. It might actually sometimes like 50-50, 50% of the time, it will like actually fit into another project, and I'm like, yes, I got to use that sound, but it just was in the wrong project. And oh look, maybe that's actually what I was missing from the other track, you know. Maybe that's actually the way forward for that, is getting this kind of texture in there, you know. So yeah, it's really cool to have also multiple tracks on the go, not just so you can have space between them and like give your ears a rest from one and work on another, but also because you can like recycle ideas like into each other, you know. So I think it's best if you've got like 3 tracks on the go. That's my personal like what's the word, not comfort zone, optimum. That's my personal optimum, you know. But what do you guys think? Let's be great to read some of your comments down below. You know, are you the kind of person who just is working on one track and you're just getting used to it and you're just a beginner? That's cool. I started just with one track at a time, rinse and repeat. Or are you more intermediate, more advanced? How do you have lots of time for producing or not? And if you do you like do what I do, where you have like multiple tracks that you're sort of spinning, and eventually like you get like your main ones like finished, and you rest your ears and like give yourself space for each one to be like perfect, you know? Let me know down below. I'm really interested to hear. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. It's just a short video today, just a little topic I wanted to cover. Many thanks for your support on the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let us know down below what you think. And yeah, that's it today. Thanks for watching. Quick reminder as well, if you want any production lessons, you can book in with me via the links down below. Mixing and mastering is also available. Send me an email. And if you need any preset packs for Serum, Phase Plant, Vital or Current, check out my website. And finally, come along and support me on Patreon if you like my content. Jump into my Discord, and there's plenty of cool stuff happening there as well. We got feedback streams, we got group masterclasses, all that kind of stuff. All right. Thank you very much, my dudes. That's it from me today. More from me very soon. Much love.